So the very first question that I would ask you is, what usually gets in the way of us saying yes when God calls? But before we do, I want to ask you a couple of questions. I want to engage your thoughts. So what I would ask you to do is, as you listen to the questions, I want you to think about them for just a second. Maybe pause the video and then just think about how this applies to your life. So the very first question that I would ask you is, what usually gets in the way of us saying yes when God calls? I want you to think about that for a minute, because Isaiah had his own life, but when God called, he had to decide if he would answer. So we often fill our lives with plans, worries, and routines. So what stops you from saying yes when God calls? The second question I would ask is, what keeps us from really listening when God speaks? In fact, Isaiah wasn't the only prophet prophesying during this time, but they didn't want to change. God said their hearts grew fat, their ears dull, and their eyes blind. The danger for us is the same. We can't hear the Word of God even week after week, or we can hear the Word of God even week after week, but choose not to let it move us. And the final question today, before we get into the text, what will it take for us to be part of the faithful few who remain? God always keeps a remnant. It's a promise. It's a small group who stay faithful when many walk away. That's both a warning and a hope. So what will it take for you and I to be part of the faithful few who remain in the very last days?